Could some political parties be fanning the racial flames in Senekal? Well, last week we saw two sides emerge, one followed by the EFF and the other by the likes of the DA's Helen Zille. So had these politicians done more harm than good? Let's find out. Political analyst Professor Sipho Seepe joins us now live via Skype from Johannesburg. Prof, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. We saw two sides basically emerge last week, and these politicians seem to have not gone there to calm things down. They seem to have caused more tensions. What do you think?
Well, I think we live in a country where there's always a racial tension. And at times we allow ourselves to be distracted from dealing with the issue. First, we have a young man who was killed brutally. That should evoke a sense of condemnation from all around. And this is where we must start, because if we don't do that, then we are going to not call for justice, that justice must be served. Where issues went wrong on this matter has been the manner in which the public order policing behaved in a manner that was inconsistent. Many people have commented on how a group that was clearly riotous, that was willing to even destroy property, to storm the court, was allowed to do that. And they were contrasting that with the manner in which public order policing has dealt with students at universities or people who were protesting, that you expect a consistent behavior and almost action and intervention by public order policing. So what you had here, and this one must also point out that when the EFF went there, one would have expected that there would be this positioning, political positioning by parties. But the EFF was saying, our protest is not to defend the accused, that justice must be served. But in the manner of politics, the grandstanding led to a position where now we are now talking about something else. But what we should be doing is, this discussion is made possible by the context of racial tensions that exist in the country, and our inability, as we have not done so, we have not dealt with the issue of race. So race is always just below the surface, that you just need an incident, and then you have politicians jumping up and down to raise it. So the issue here is, we expect law and order police, we expect the law enforcement agencies to act consistently, whether you have a black person or you have a white person, whether the protesters are white or black. If you have a state where there is inconsistency, you are going to have political parties who will be out there to raise issues. And they are not going to raise that issue alone. They'll raise many other issues. Yeah. So the EFF decided, as you would expect from political parties, to start raising not only the issue of inconsistency, but the issues of land. And that led to other political parties joining in terms of saying we're not going to allow another party to grandstand on this matter.
Yeah, so let's talk about, you say that public order police need to have the same rules and apply the same force when it comes to violence, which is definitely the case and what should happen. So politicians then and their role in society, do they go in to speak to all sides to try and see if there can be some sort of resolution? Or do we go and speak to one side of a group and another side, which is what we saw happen on Friday?
Well, until such time we address the issue of race in this country, you'll always find that there are politicians, and as you see here, when the EFF went there, it then began to talk about its main constituency, to say here we see inconsistencies in how the public order policing deals with black people and how it deals with white people. So the issue of race comes in. Then you have then parties that then take up the matter. And when they take up that matter, you see also a racial inclination. But what it says that we have not dealt with issues of race. A murder of this type should be condemned by everybody. It cannot be something that we should not allow ourselves to be distracted. But the murders happen. And as I say, the reason why this one becomes seen in the racial lens is because we have not dealt with the racial tensions that exist in society.
All right, thank you so much for your insight. Appreciate it. Professor Sipho Seepe is a political analyst.